is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Off the top, a developing story. The U.S. seized Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro's plane, and it is now at Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport. Homeland Security flew the plane to South Florida today from the Dominican Republic. It's after they determined that its acquisition was in violation of U.S. sanctions. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten is there, and Yvonne Taylor will have reaction from the Venezuelan community. We'll have team coverage at 5 on CBS News Miami. And now to a safety alert. Parents in Broward County are on high alert this afternoon. It's after 2 attempted kidnappings on the same day. Investigators say a 15-year-old was walking to school in Pompano Beach Thursday. That's when she was almost abducted. 2 hours later, a 17-year-old in Fort Lauderdale experienced the same scare but ran off. In both cases, the teens say a man drove up in a gray sedan and pointed a gun at them. Investigators are trying to figure out if the same suspect is involved. BSO and Fort Lauderdale police released sketches of the person or people believed to be behind this. If you have any additional information, call investigators.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, a beautiful shot, but we are actually tracking the possibility of showers and thunderstorms this Labor Day, and it could continue into tomorrow. Let's get right to Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler tracking it all. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Naja, we've had a few this morning, and that really is our pattern. We get this onshore flow in the morning hours, overnight and into the morning, and then it kind of backs off with everything pushes inland or to the west coast by the afternoon. So the same thing is kind of happening today. 87 degrees right now. High so far has been 89. Not too awfully hot out there, but feels like temperatures in the mid to upper 90s today, so there is some juice still. This is what we are looking at next. Rinse and repeat forecast. So what you see today, you're going to get again tomorrow. Then it's going to back off a little bit by the end of the week. We got some drier air coming in, only to return though by the weekend. So there's your lower chances for rain, and the heat, because we have a lower rain chance, not as much cloud cover, I think our heat is going to come on. So those temperatures will top out in the lower 90s, which the normal high for now is 90 degrees. We'll be a little bit above that, so there's a possibility we could see some heat advisories as we head into the middle of the week. So at this point, it looks pretty busy out here. Lots of showers and thunderstorms moving from south-southeast to north-northwest. That's the pattern that we've seen this afternoon. So a lot of these showers this afternoon have been out over the Everglades. At this point, we've got some showers in the very northern Broward County, just to the east now of 27. That rain's going to move northward, some lightning with it into Palm Beach County. Weston picked up some rain earlier today. Let's go south to Miami-Dade. These little showers developed just now to the west also of Chrome Avenue. These showers moving north, and they look like they're dying out just a little bit. So there is some juice. We could see a few more showers yet this evening. And look at how much rain we've had so far today. The airport in Miami has picked up 1/3 of an inch of rain. So yesterday, unbelievable, over 2 inches. Today, another 1/3. So we've had plenty of rain over the past few days. So we'll put this into motion for you, our rain tracker. Notice how it dies off the later we get into the evening. Then overnight into tomorrow morning, we'll start to see those showers again develop because coming in off the Atlantic and the Caribbean. 40% chance Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to drop it, very low chances Thursday and Friday, and then push that up a little bit heading into the weekend. But really, this east-southeasterly flow is not going to change. So everything gets pushed off to the west side of the state over the next 5 days. That's where it's going to be very, very wet. We will see scattered showers and thunderstorms here with some warm temperatures, and of course that humidity stays with us too. So here is your forecast. We're looking at temperatures holding in the lower 90s the next few days. Lower chance for rain, and then comes right on back as we head into the weekend.
Cindy, thank you. On this Labor Day, union leaders are rallying workers in South Florida. They are demanding higher wages. CBS News Miami's Steve Majiri has the report.
I'm Steve Majiri in Fontainebleau. We're on Labor Day. AT&T workers are still out on the picket line. This is outside of an AT&T shop here in Fontainebleau. They've been here from the beginning. They're trying to get a new contract. They're one of just a number of 17,000 workers on strike in AT&T's Southeast Division. They're accusing AT&T of not negotiating in good faith. AT&T has said that they are negotiating in good faith and that they're still trying to get a resolution to this and have actually gotten a federal mediator now to get involved in these talks. AT&T AT&T has also filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board about this. Now, coming up at 5 o'clock, you'll hear how other union organizations around South Florida are standing in solidarity with those on strike. In Fontainebleau, Steve Magiri, CBS News, Miami.
About 10,000 hotel workers from 24 top hotel chains across the country are on strike. Strike happened in 8 cities, but it could expand in the coming days. The union Unite Here hopes to build on its recent success in Southern California. After repeated strikes, workers won significant wage hikes, increased contributions to pensions, and fair workload guarantees. That's in a new contract with 34 hotels. Hotel workers in South Florida are not on strike. Workers at Boeing could be on the verge of a major strike as well. The aerospace company's contract with about 32,000 union workers expires September 12th. A union leader said Boeing and workers are far apart on all main issues. That includes wages, health care, retirement, and time off. Boeing says it will continue to negotiate, and they are confident they can reach a deal. The company has been facing a number of other challenges. That includes fatal crashes, design flaws, and bad aircraft sales. Now at 4, cars left a mangled mess. Police say one person was killed after a horrific hit-and-run crash. It happened overnight in Miami. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner at the scene.
The scene has since cleared, but you can still see the aftermath of it, like that large metal light pole that's now resting in the middle of a Walgreens parking lot. All morning long, people who live in the area, who work in the area, have been telling me about how dangerous this intersection is. 3:30 Monday morning, Miami-Dade police said they were called to the intersection of Lejeune and Southwest 8th Street.
It is a very dangerous intersection, I will tell you that. You can repeat it again and again.
Dr. Coro lives nearby and is shocked by the scene. This is the scene Miami-Dade police pulled up to. 3 totaled cars, light poles and stop signs mangled. The driver of this silver car, a 29-year-old male, died. The female driver of this white car taken to the hospital in stable condition. But the driver of this white SUV ran away from the scene.
My God, are you kidding me? Like anybody's reaction, it's horrible. Horrible. You know?
Lorena did not know the drivers, but showed up to the scene to lay down flowers.
Because sometimes it's the light is short. I going now for the Walgreens, I buy my flowers in Walmart, so I go in here because it's sensitive. Everybody's human and respect to the light.
At this hour, we still do not know if police have a suspect they are looking for or the identity of the driver who died. But of course, we will let you know as soon as we get any more information. In Miami, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Curiosity gets the best of a 4-year-old boy. He accidentally smashed a 3,000-year-old jar at a museum. Find out how it turned into a teachable moment for everyone when we come back. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Now to the Israel-Hamas war. A national strike brought major disruptions across Israel today. Outrage continues over the murders of 6 hostages in Gaza. Today's strike followed mass demonstrations over the weekend. It's in protest of the Israeli government's failure to secure a hostage release deal. Here's more from Tel Aviv.
Filled with grief and fury, tens of thousands of Israelis filled the streets of Tel Aviv, blaming the killings of the hostages squarely on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his extreme right-wing government allies.
I think we have a criminal government who lets the hostages be murdered only for the sake of the coalition.
A coalition they say has prioritized the war on Gaza over a deal with Hamas, which would see the remaining 100 or so hostages freed. In Jerusalem, another massive rally, this time outside the Prime Minister's office, where we met Lee Siegel, the brother of Keith Siegel, an Israeli-American still being held in Gaza.
My message to Prime Minister Netanyahu is that my brother Keith and all the remaining hostages need to be home immediately.
The 6 hostages have been identified as Ori Danino, Alex Lobanov, Almog Sarusi, Carmel Gat, Eden Yerushalmi, and Israeli-American Hirsch Goldberg Poland. Goldberg Poland's parents' campaign to bring attention to the plight of the hostages took them around the world, including an address at last month's Democratic Party convention.
Hirsch, if you can hear us, we love you. Stay strong. Survive.
And President Biden spoke to the Goldberg Poland family, telling them, quote, Hamas leaders would pay for their crimes. But he also told reporters he was still optimistic a deal could be reached. In Piaz Time, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
It is the first rule of any museum: look, but don't touch. A 4-year-old boy tried that, but his curiosity got the best of him. He accidentally smashed a rare ancient artifact. Curators at the museum in Israel had a surprising reaction. They invited him back for another visit. CBS News Miami's Tina Kraus has the story.
Anna Geller has a good grip on her 4-year-old son's hand as they return to the same museum in Israel they visited just days ago. Ariel looks curious but careful. After all, last time didn't go so well.
It's my fault. I should have given him a hand. But it was just a destruction of a second.
That second led to the destruction of a 3,500-year-old jar from the Bronze Age, one of the only containers of its size discovered completely intact.
And the next thing I know, it's a very big boom.
Ever since that boom, restoration expert Roee Shafir has been trying to piece the treasure back together while keeping a surprising sense of humor.
The child wasn't supposed to be in the excavation and touch the vessels, but they touch and they break it. I can cure it. It's okay.
The museum's director calls it a teachable moment.
I wanted to make some closure.
She invited Ariel and his entire family back to show how workers are using 3D technology to restore the rare jar. And Ariel tried a repair of his own. Although museum staff chose a cheap jar they didn't mind breaking. A not-so-painful lesson that when something falls apart, the right attitude can fix it. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Wow, that is your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a wonderful and safe Labor Day.